So we're back with Richard Chassler, part two.
Part two.
How do you feel about socializing with other comedians?
Half my friends are comics, maybe. More than half my friends. I mean, the thing about socializing with comics is that everybody's always on. So, that's not true. But a lot of times when you're in a room with comics, you know, it's people are cutting each other up. So it could be a really great time, or it could be like, oh, please, just shut up already.
When did you come here from New York?
Oh, my family moved here back in 19... and I finished high school here.
Oh, okay.
And then I started touring, like a couple years right out of high school. I was on tour.
Okay. From your set, it sounded like, you know, you just moved here 2 weeks ago.
I make it sound that way to make the jokes work.
Your performance is really alive. It's got a lot of energy.
Thank you.
What are you trying to do with the audience when you perform?
Give them laughs. First and foremost, I'm trying to give up laughs. You know, that's the thing. Comics go, oh, I got to make them laugh. I don't really want to make anybody do anything. That's a tremendous amount of responsibility, in my opinion. So my object is to give them laughs, you know. So I try and be as, I don't know if it's off the cuff or different, but I have this reserve of energy that just never seems to run out. And so I try to make that work within the context of my material so that the audience sort of has no choice but to jump on my train and ride it with me, you know.
Mm-hmm. Have you had a performance when the audience was not with you, just not with you, and then has it turned over, and have you won them out, or has it just...
Yeah, that can happen. That happens. Sometimes you get on stage, for example, and who's ever been on stage before you hasn't, the term we use is pop the crowd, and they haven't popped them yet, you know. So you have to get on stage and you have to work a little bit in order to get them into that comedy mode so they know, hey, oh, we're supposed to be laughing, you know. And then eventually they'll come around. When I first started doing comedy, I've had shows where they just weren't with me at all. Just crickets chirping in the room. What can you do, you know? I mean, you're new at something and it's not always going to be perfect, you know? And you just keep working and working and working at it and working at it. And then all of a sudden you get to a point where even if the crowd is not conditioned yet, you still sort of can get them laughing because it becomes second nature to you, you know?
Why do you want to continue being a comedian?
Well, you know, I mean, there's things that I haven't done yet, you know? I mean, I like to consider myself sort of like the Grateful Dead of stand-up comics, you know? The Grateful Dead were very improvisational, very jazz-oriented, and their idioms of phrasing of music. And I sort of do the same thing with my stand-up. And so I feel like, you know, I can do 5 shows in a row, but no show will be the same twice. Even if I'm doing the same material, the material itself, though the jokes are the same, the rhythms may be a little different, or there may be a break somewhere where it wasn't in that place last night. So for me, it's still that searching for the perfect set, you know, and I think that I think part of me thinks that you're never going to get that perfect set, so that keeps me going, you know. It's like, oh, I got to get that perfect set, so I just keep doing it, you know. I think that's what it is for me.